So this is my game After the Pits. The objective of this game is to survive as long as you can. As you go through the game day by day, your family will need specific resources that will be consumed at a specific date in the future. Make sure you have enough of that resource by the end of that day, or else the difference will be made up by losing family resilience points. Once your family resilience drops to 0, the game's over. So how do you get resources? You can't farm or mine resources in this game. Everything you will receive will be through trade. Each day, you'll have a set of 10 trades you can make, some of them good, some of them bad. So how can we tell which ones are good and which are bad? Generally, trades where you are buying a lot of a resource for a small cost are good. Each resource has a different level of rarity, with meds being the most rare, followed by meat, eggs, rags, milk, and then coal being the most common. So each day you want to get as many resources as you can and stock up to meet your family's needs. If you've got lots of different types of resources, you can upgrade the storage capacity for your resources. So I've got a lot of eggs here. I'll show you how to upgrade. You press U on your keyboard, and you can see you press E to upgrade eggs at a cost of 4. So I'll do that now. So the upgrade will be available from tomorrow. I can't benefit from it on this day, the day that I bought it. So let's look at this trade where we get 1 meds for every 1 coal that we spend. We know that meds are rare and coal is common, so this is actually a really good deal. We've got 8 coal, so I can fill out my meds by pressing 5 on the keyboard to do this trade. So now I've got a lot of meds, that's great. I'm actually going to upgrade my meds by pressing U to get to the upgrade mode and pressing M to buy the upgrade. So this is a pretty good start. I think I'm going to try and upgrade all of my resource capacities this day before we advance to day 2. Bearing in mind we do have to get 12 coal by day 3. Look at this trade, this one's great, so I'm going to do that one. So I've filled out my coal for a small cost to rags, so I can top my meds back up. Although this deal is not quite as good, I can spend some more coal to get some meat. I can now upgrade meats by pressing T. So there's actually no source of rags in this buy column, means we can't increase our rags today, so that's fine. But we can massively increase milk by spending all of our meds. But don't worry, we can refill our meds using this great trade here. So I'm going to press 6 to fill out my milk, and then we can immediately upgrade milk. So let's see if we can upgrade coal as well. Okay, so I'm going to spend 2 more rags to fill out our coal, and then upgrade our coal. Finally, I think I want to top out our meds because they're very rare. They'll be very good to sell later. Okay, so I think it's time to advance to the next day. So you can press spacebar or the N key to do that. Okay, so you can see all our inventory capacities, the ones we upgraded at least, have increased, so now we can store more. It's very important when you're doing well and you've got a lot of resources that you do upgrade your inventories, because your family's needs over time as days go by will get more and more and more until they're more than your starting capacities would be. Okay, so we've got a new need, 9 rags by day 6. That's a little way off, but that is indeed a lot of rags, so we'll need to keep an eye on our rags. And 12 coal by day 3. So we can't actually buy any coal. We'll have to make sure we definitely buy it on day 3, because these come into effect at the end of the day. Let's see if we can get some rags, because we haven't upgraded them yet, and we'll definitely need some for day 6. So this looks like a pretty good trade. It costs quite a lot of meds, which are expensive, but we do get an absolute ton of rags. So I'm going to make that trade. Okay, and we can also upgrade our rags here. I don't want to spend any coal because I want to hold on to what we've got, so we can pay the 12 that we need for day 3. Yeah, as much as I want some eggs, I don't want to spend coal. These rag costs are very expensive. Oh, actually, maybe the meds 3 for 1 meat. That's a pretty good deal. If I do that, then I can upgrade my meds. Then I'll actually do that trade again to fill my meds back up. Now advancing to the next day. Okay, we've got another need. We need to make sure we have 3 meat in our inventory by the end of day 6. Today we definitely need to get that coal. But luckily a trade has come up that's a really good trade for coal. So we can fill up our coal by spending a small amount of meds. That trade's so good we can do that multiple times. Let's upgrade our coal and do the trade again. So is there any other great trades for today? There's no source of eggs, so I just want to hang on to these eggs that I've got. So because meat is actually rarer than coal, this is a good deal. I can now upgrade the meat inventory. I can do that again to fill meat back up. So here we actually have an opportunity to do a bit of a combo. We can trade meds for meat, but we can spend just one of those medicines to fill out our coal, and then because we can spend coal to get meat, it's a net gain overall. So look, we've nearly filled all of these resources. Even if I upgrade meds, I can get more meds by spending the meat. I can get more by selling coal. And then I can fill up my coal by just spending one medicine. Yeah, so you want to look out for little combos like that, little chains that you can put together that'll essentially fill out your resources for the day. Okay, actually, I think finally for this day, this deal's too good to ignore because that will completely top out my milk and it will be a small cost to eggs. I think I'll upgrade milk as well. We do have enough coal to satisfy this need so that we won't take any family resilience damage. So this need will disappear on the next day. There we go, you can see the coal has been consumed. One more thing I wanted to show you is the rumours section up here. These are insight into upcoming price fluctuations. So we can see on day 4 here, which happens to be today, milk is going to be cheap. So we can see that you can get a lot of milk for quite a low cost, which is great. One consideration though is because you're both buying and selling, stuff being cheap is not necessarily always all good for you, because if you have a load of milk and you want to sell it to get other resources, it means it has less purchasing power. So you can see on trade 6 here, you have to lose 14 milk to get only 3 rags. Rags are also expensive today, which we can see here where you're not getting actually that much rags for quite a lot of resource. But on the other hand, if you have a load of rags, you can get a lot from selling them. If you're stuck or confused by anything in-game, you can press H to toggle the help screen, which explains all the game's mechanics and concepts. This game can be a little tricky to get your head around, but simply put, you want to make good trades so you can buy upgrades and meet your family's needs, so you can avoid damaging your family's resilience so you can keep surviving. Okay, so that's my game. Leave me a comment below if you have any questions about it, I'll try and answer them. Thanks for watching and thanks for playing.